Losing fat will change your life, but not just in the ways you think. The thing is, so many people think the process of losing fat is all sunshine and rainbows, but if you're not prepared for the dark realities that lie ahead, you will likely fail. So in this video, I'm going to break down for you exactly what you need to expect so that you have a way higher chance of one, losing fat, but also keeping it off for the rest of your life. Now, I just want to precursor what I'm about to tell you by saying I am in no way, shape or form trying to put you off losing fat. I have personally lost 70 pounds of fat and it's changed my life for the better in more ways than I can count. But if I had this information before I lost the fat, the whole process would have been 10 times easier. So firstly, you need to realize that people are going to hate on you. And I'm not talking about strangers, I'm talking about your friends and your family. When you start making progress, your face looks sharper, your clothes start to fit better, and you have a new spark for life, people around you are going to notice. But not everyone is going to react in the way you expect. Some people will be genuinely happy for you and support you, and others will be inspired by you. But the sad truth is, people will hate on you. And unfortunately, most of the time it comes from the people absolutely closest to you. They will disguise it as concern. You're losing fat way too fast. Don't you think you've lost enough now? And the worst one of all, you looked better before. Or it will come across in jokey ways. Oh look, Mr. Healthy's arrived. Or why are you being so boring all of a sudden? Just have one drink. In fact, I can attest to this. Recently, I went to one of my good friend's dad's 60th birthdays, and people looked at me like I was some kind of freak because I was drinking non-alcoholic beer. And to be honest with you, it does suck at times. And through the actual period I was losing fat, I heard, Aidan, that's enough fat, stop now, about 2,764 times. And imagine if I listened to that advice. I wouldn't even be making this video right now. And when you first start experiencing this, you'll be sat there thinking, what the fuck is going on? All I'm trying to do is better myself. Why are you bothered by that so much? But here is the truth that took me years to understand, and it will save you the trouble of trying to work it out yourself. Your progress shines a direct light on the other person's lack of progress. These people don't hate you, of course they don't, they're your friends and your family. What they hate is that you're becoming a mirror that's reflecting their lack of change. And the moment you sit there and process that, their comments and their jokes will just start to bounce off of you because you'll realize it has nothing to do with you in the first place. But just be prepared for it, because it's one of the biggest reasons people quit, because they can't handle the constant pressure, the comments, and the passive aggressive jokes. And look, the people around you making you feel like you're doing something wrong, what they need from you is support. Help them to go on the same journey that you're going on. Don't let words slow you down or shake your confidence. At the end of the day, all you're trying to do is better your life. And if people are genuinely bothered by that, then fuck them. By the way, if you click the second link in the description of this video, over the next 17 days, I will send you 17 emails containing the exact blueprint that I personally used to lose 70 pounds of fat, including macro-friendly recipes that taste like cheat meals, like this protein cheeseburger. Another dark reality that no one will tell you about losing fat is that it gets lonely at times. You see, when you decide you want to lose fat and change your life, you adopt habits that the people around you don't have, and you also give up certain habits that all the people around you do have. You'll skip the weekend benders, start saying no to takeaways, and choose going to the gym over laying on the sofa watching Netflix. And whilst none of those sound extreme, at least I hope they don't, they do create a certain level of distance. Not because you're better than anyone else, just because you're trying to better yourself. And some of the people around you are just never going to walk that path. So you'll have moments where you feel like the odd one out, moments where you feel like you're missing out, and moments where you feel like you're doing everything right, just alone. When I could see all my friends going out on Saturday night getting shit-faced every weekend, that was hard at first to not partake in that. But eventually it just became easier and easier. And this is not me saying don't ever go out and have fun with your friends. But it will get to a point where you don't even feel like doing that stuff anymore. And that's when the real loneliness starts to creep in. Even this year, for example, with me, my focus isn't trying to lose fat anymore. It's helping other people lose fat. And that comes with a certain level of sacrifice. I have to think about video ideas, make videos, help my clients. And that stops me from partaking in stuff that I used to partake in because I have to use my time wisely. But it's worth it. And it was the same when I was losing fat. Look, most people aren't going to understand the internal battles that you're going to face, but ultimately, that's what it takes to make any meaningful transformation. But something crazy happens down the line. That loneliness shifts and people start asking you for advice, friends will begin joining you on walks and start coming to the gym with you. Then your confidence will start to grow and your identity will shift from someone who was lonely to someone who people come to for advice. So whether you're in the lonely phase right now or you're yet to experience it, just remember that it's temporary. And quite frankly, it's one of the biggest signs that you're on the path to changing your life for the better forever. Something else that you likely won't know is that your body will change much faster than your mind does. The scale will drop, your clothes will get looser, your face will look sharper, and some people will begin giving you compliments, but when you look in the mirror, you'll notice no change. What you will see is all of your flaws and the stuff that still isn't good enough, and you'll swear that the fat hasn't gone anywhere, even if it has. And this feels so weird because logically you know you're making progress, the scale says so, people around you say so, but mentally you're still living in your old body. This happens because for years, decades, or even your entire life, you've seen yourself a certain way. You identified as the fat friend, the lazy one, the one who's out of shape, and that's deeply wired in your brains. Even when the fat starts to come off, it takes a while for your brain to update. You will notice yourself do some really weird stuff, like buying clothes that are 2 sizes too big for you, and avoiding fitted clothing because you just don't feel ready yet. You'll suck in your stomach even though it's flat now, and you'll still avoid photos even though you look great. But the version of you that you see in the mirror isn't the version of you everyone sees in real life, and the dark reality is losing fat doesn't automatically fix how you see yourself. But the good news is your mind will eventually catch up, and the more consistent you are, and the more you embody your identity, the more evidence your brain has that you aren't the same person that you once were. And one day you will catch yourself in the mirror and be like, damn, is that me? Here's a screenshot of a WhatsApp chat when I recently sent one of my clients 2 progress pictures that were 10 weeks apart. So you can see for yourself right there that sometimes you need to see it in black and white to actually believe it. Now this next part is something that you will suffer with once you reach your goal. When you first start your fat loss journey, you have one clear goal in mind. I need to lose X amount of weight in X amount of time. And that becomes the entire mission of your life. So every step you take, every pound or kilogram that you lose, and every habit that you build is directly pushing you closer and closer to your goal. And when you achieve what you set out to, at first you will feel fucking amazing. But here's the dark reality. You will lose what has been driving you. I went through this myself. The day that I took these 2 photos was the day that I finally achieved what I set out to after so long. And I can honestly say it was the most fulfilling feeling that I've ever had in my life. But then one morning, not so long after those photos were taken, I woke up and I felt flat, and I laid in bed and I thought, well, what now? And it's because my purpose was completely taken away from me. Everything that had been driving me for the last year was now done. It was gone. And that's when things started to spiral a bit. This was around October last year. And by November, I started to let myself go a bit. And then Christmas came and I ate way too many calories and didn't work out at all. And I gained 10 pounds of fat by January. And it wasn't because I just completely let myself go. It was because I just had no purpose and I saw no reason to keep the habits that I'd built anymore. But what changed that helped me lose that 10 pound and feel that fire again was realizing that reaching the goal isn't the end of the journey. It just forces you to create a new one. And that's when 2 things clicked with me. Firstly, your purpose cannot be the finish line. It has to be the direction. If you call your finish line, I want to lose X amount of weight, you will reach it, sure. But then you'll get there and be like, what now? But if you say to yourself, I want to be the leanest, strongest, best version of myself, that's not a finish line. That's the direction. And it's not a negative having no finish line. That way you're always driving to be better and better and better. And there's nothing wrong with that. So shift your purpose from losing fat to becoming the best version of yourself continuously. And that's when everything just makes more sense. And secondly, that's when I realized my true purpose wasn't just about me losing fat. It was about helping as many people as I possibly can do the same thing that I had just done. And that's when I started taking these videos seriously at the beginning of the year, because I realized what actually mattered was the person that I became during the process. And helping others become the best version of themselves and reach their goals gives me far more sense of purpose than any number I could have ever seen on a scale. So once you've done it and you feel a bit down and you don't really know what to do, just remember that fat loss wasn't the finish line. It was the introduction to your new life, and you will find your new mission. And look, if you're ready to experience that for yourself and you want to lose fat and keep it off for the rest of your life, where I will personally coach you through the entire process, click the first link in the description of this video. Other than that, I hope this video helped. If it did, leave it a like, share it with a friend, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.